Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Welcome once more to another reading and commentary of Shelley Lubben's book, The Truth Behind the Fantasy of Porn, the Greatest Illusion on Earth. Today, we're going to go ahead and get into Chapter 9, which is titled Deathdefying. There was never a time for me to check out. It was 1992, and I was still stuck in the sex industry. A lovely face in an ugly place. I could never fix the broken record of my life song, Hotel California. Every time the DJ played that song, which was every night, I was slapped in the face with the harsh reality. I was stuck in the sex industry, and there was no way out. No matter how hard I cried or how many times I prayed through the years, God didn't answer. I must have been utterly unforgivable, I thought. With no ability to care about myself or anything else, I continued my death-defying act at Illusion Strip Club. With a Jack and Coke in one hand and a cigarette in the other, I danced my heart, mind, and health away. My condition was worsening, and I could barely stand up straight some nights. Customers saw me falling apart, but they ignored my pain and continued to contribute to my demise. "Giovanna, what are you drinking?" "Jack and Coke," I replied, and pulled out a cigarette. Men didn't care about me. They only cared if the object I had become was fueled regularly for performance. I guzzled down my drink. "Another drink, Giovanni?" asked a burly voice. "Sure," I said as I wiped my mouth and slid my glass across the bar. "Thanks, babe." I turned around into my familiar dark surroundings to seek out my next naive victim. It was a Friday night, and self-seeking married men were everywhere. The shiny reflections of their wedding rings reinforced the bitter truth I held so dearly. Men could never, ever be trusted. With money on my mind and alcohol on my brain, I heard my name over the loudspeaker. "Hey, gents, let's give a nice, sexy, warm welcome for one of our hottest dancers, Giovanni." It was my turn to dance. The final week for this month's Hottest Dancer contest, I was sure I would win. Although I had won second or third a couple times in the past, I never failed to place. It was unthinkable. I was damn good, and I knew it. The beat of the music summoned me, and I felt my body crumble under the hot red lights. As I began to roll around on the floor like a wild animal in heat, every man's eyes were on me. The devilish beats as my guide, I slithered across the floor towards my victims and seduced them, every single one of them. Wanting, needing, waiting for you to justify my love. Madonna's illustrious sex song ended. Nobody made a sound. There was no applause. They knew they had been placed under a spell, and there was no way out. Full of lust for power, I effortlessly walked off the stage toward the bar to suck on another drink. "Jack and Coke," I said as I puffed on my cigarette with a curved smile. I was so entirely arrogant. That's why when they announced the winner and it wasn't me, I was mortified. "What?" I turned my head. I couldn't believe it. The judges picked Mina, the short, fat Latin girl. Tears of frustration and rejection filled my eyes, and I ran to the bathroom. My lesbian roommate tried to talk to me through the door, but I didn't want to listen anymore. I was done. I hated my life so much that if I couldn't even win a dance contest anymore, I was going to end it. Later that night, I went home and recklessly searched for any and all prescription pills I could get my hands on. Hormone pills, stomach medicines, Tylenol, sleeping pills, mixed with alcohol and methamphetamine. I was dead serious about killing myself. "Do it, Shelley. Nobody cares. Nobody loves you. Do it," pleaded the sinister voice. The voice was right. Nobody loved me. Nobody cared about me. I was a throwaway person that nobody wanted. 6 long years of living daily in pain and suffering. I was done. I swallowed the handfuls of pills with gulps of Bacardi and laid back on my soft white comforter. It was just a matter of time, I hoped. In tears, I whispered sweet goodbyes to my daughter Tiffany. "Mommy loves you. I'm sorry I was such a bad mommy. Someone will come to take care of you. Don't worry." I passed out. 30 minutes later, I felt someone shaking me. I opened my eyes and saw little creatures running up and down my curtains. My head was pounding, and I felt terrible buzzing in my teeth. Suddenly, a horrific image of an Asian-faced slug creature with huge long fangs appeared next to me, with hordes of little black demons chomping on its flesh. I was completely out of my mind. My girlfriend dragged me to the car and rushed me to the hospital, where they pumped my stomach out. Several hours later, I woke up with a very sore throat, staring at the same little creatures I saw on my curtains. A woman walked in with a notepad and started asking me questions. I answered her. "No, I am not suicidal. Yes, I have a daughter. No, I did not try to kill myself. I think someone slipped drugs into my drink." Liar. I left the hospital later that day, pissed off I didn't die. Why the hell did God let me live? What, so I can survive another day in a hellhole? Back to performing the same horrible act, I rotted away in the strip club for several more months until I met Samantha from Hollywood. She was a witchy-looking woman with dark brown hair and sensuous red lips. I noticed her staring at me out of the corner of her eye. When I finished my set and walked off the stage, she motioned me to come over. "You are such a hot dancer," she whispered into my ear. That night, we spent several hours talking and drinking together. She was a bisexual woman and was interested in money as much as she was in sex with women. I told her how sick I was of the strip club and how prostitution almost killed me. She told me she knew a better and safer way to make money, and that it was legal. Porn? Yeah, you can make $2,000 a movie. Wow. I sat back and sipped on my Jack Daniels. That was a lot of money for a suicidal single mother who was burned out from strip clubs and prostitution. "That is a hell of a lot of money," resonated the low voice. So I hung up my stripper boots, flew to Utah to get breast implants, and bravely entered into the world of porn, where I performed my greatest flea circus act yet, Roxy, the porn star. I hope all of you enjoyed tonight's reading of Chapter 9 of The Truth Behind the Fantasy of Porn, The Greatest Illusion on Earth, by the dearly departed Shelley Lubben. As you heard at the end of Chapter 9, Shelley Lubben was recruited into the porn industry, and that's often how it goes. It's not always men who bring you in. Sometimes it's women who bring you in as well. Just as men can be pimps, women can be pimps and madams too. And often it's women who have lost hope of creating a life for themselves outside of the adult entertainment industry that hold back women from leaving who do desire to create a life for themselves. outside of the adult entertainment industry. So to all the young women out there who are reaching a point to where they might feel like, the walls are closing in, I think I want to get out of here, meaning the adult entertainment industry. Don't listen to your female peers who say to you, oh, it's going to get better. Oh, things are going to change. The industry is going to open back up sometime soon and lots of money is going to be made. Lots of money could be made right now, even though shooting is not happening due to the coronavirus pandemic, because you do have at-home options such as OnlyFans and whatnot. But there's a pattern when it comes to working in the adult entertainment industry. When you first come in, you make a ton of money. Then it goes away. Then right when you're about to leave, another ton of money is thrown at you. Then it slowly starts to diminish again until it's almost nothing. And while it's diminishing, if you don't leave, your outside options are going to diminish too. So use your brain, be smart. I'm not telling you not to go into the adult entertainment industry if that's what you really want to do. But I will tell you it's not the best idea. I will also tell you that you don't need anyone's help really to leave. All you have to do is be able to visualize an alternate reality for yourself. And the moment that you can do that, everything that you visualize will manifest around you. So have a good night, everybody. Once more, I'm Alexandra Mayers of Alexandra Mayers Live. And you can always visit me on Twitter if you want, at Alex Mayers Live, on Instagram, Alexandra Mayers01, and of course my official website, alexandramayerslive.com. Bye-bye.